Hello and welcome to this history tutorial on the Reichstag Fire. This is for Edexcel GCSE Weimar and Nazi Germany. Today we will cover how Hitler and the Nazi Party were able to create a dictatorship in Germany, and we will look specifically at one event which contributed to him doing this, the Reichstag Fire of February 1933. As we know, in January 1933 Hitler was made Chancellor of Germany, but even though he was now Chancellor, there were still limits to the powers he had. For example, the Weimar Constitution controlled what he could do in the role. Hindenburg was still president, so he controlled what the Chancellor could do, and even though the Nazi Party was the largest in the Reichstag, they only made up 1/3, so they still did not have a majority. Most people believed that these limits to Hitler's powers would prevent him from taking dictatorial powers, but they were wrong. Hitler was looking for a chance to increase his own power, and the Reichstag Fire in February 1933 gave him his first opportunity to do just that. On the evening of the 27th of February 1933, the Reichstag building was destroyed by a massive fire. A young Dutchman, Marinus van der Lubbe, was caught on sight and arrested. He confessed and was put on trial and executed, but van der Lubbe's execution was not enough for Hitler, who claimed that the fire was part of a communist plot against the government. He decided to use the Reichstag Fire as an opportunity to attack the communists. 4,000 communists were arrested on the night of the fire. The next day, Hitler used the fire to persuade Hindenburg to declare a state of emergency. Next, he persuaded Hindenburg to call an election for the 5th of March 1933. He hoped for more Nazi seats in the Reichstag. There was nothing illegal about any of this. However, before the election of March 1933 took place, Hitler did various things. He issued the Decree for the Protection of the People and State. This gave him powers to imprison political opponents and ban communist newspapers. Since he now controlled the German police force, Hitler could make sure that they turned a blind eye to the violent activities of the SA. And he persuaded wealthy industrialists to support his campaign. 3 million marks were donated in just one night. When the results were announced, the Nazis increased their Reichstag members to 288. Hitler used his emergency powers to ban the Communist Party from taking up their 81 seats. With the support of the other nationalist parties, this gave Hitler a 2/3 majority. Hitler now had enough votes to change the constitution. In summary, the Reichstag Fire gave Hitler the opportunity to gain additional powers from Hindenburg, as he was able to use the fire to claim that Germany was under threat from a communist takeover. He gained the power to imprison political opponents, and he was also able to call another election in an attempt to increase the number of seats the Nazis held in the Reichstag. The election result gave him a 2/3 majority in the Reichstag, which effectively gave him the power he needed to make changes to the constitution of Germany. This was the first step in Hitler and the Nazi Party creating a dictatorship. To get further help, visit history.outwood.com, see your teacher in school, or check out quiz.outwood.com for those sweet revision quizzes. You can also follow the Outwood Humanities team on Twitter at OGAT Humanities. Until next time, that was a little bit of history.